Remember Young Thug? You may have forgotten about him because he's been incarcerated since May 9th, 2022, and besides Cuff Boy's incessant updates on his RICO trial, you don't see him on the internet that much these days. But I'm reminded of him almost every day because while he's been locked up, his brand Sp5der Worldwide has been absolutely blowing up. Spider hoodies are everywhere, and if you don't have one yourself, I'm sure you've seen someone wearing one, but chances are it's not authentic. And chances are even better, they don't know that. This is how Young Thug has made scammers millions on accident. If you couldn't already tell where I'm going with this, today I'm going to be talking about replica clothing. Buying, selling, or wearing these is considered a cardinal sin in the streetwear community, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. It's happening a lot. And this is nothing new. Counterfeiting has been around since ancient Rome, where artisans would replicate luxury goods and sell them at a fraction of the cost of the original. This was so common that the Roman government actually had to pass laws prohibiting it. Fast forward to today, and the global counterfeit industry is worth over $3 trillion annually. And it's not just luxury and streetwear that's being faked. You can get rep Air Force Ones or a rep North Face. Anything with a decent profit margin is bound to be faked. But in this video, I'm going to be talking specifically about Sp5der hoodies because I see these out in the wild and on Instagram every day, and it's almost laughable how much money people are making off of fake ones. So you would probably think that it's pretty self-explanatory how people profit off of fake clothing. They either manufacture and sell it, or they buy it from the manufacturer and sell it. And yes, this does make up a bulk of the business model, but in today's social media landscape, people have gotten creative and figured out some other ways to monetize this. Our first method comes from Trenton, who has done exactly that. He's the first fake clothing influencer I think I've seen, and he's actually kind of killing it. He's got 236,000 followers, and basically what he does is he posts reels of him putting together outfits of fake clothes and showing off his
Cole
recent
hooked it up.
pickups.
You gotta open it respectfully. I just want to make love to it.
His followers really don't seem to find issue with the fact that he's promoting fake clothing. I guess that's why they follow him. They're replica clothing enthusiasts too. And he's not trying to scam anyone. He's very open about the fact that all this clothing is replica. If you go to his link tree, you can see he has a Sugar Goo sign up. You may be wondering what Sugar Goo is. It's basically a Chinese company that will purchase the replica clothing from a factory for you, store it in their warehouse, and then ship it to the US or whatever country you're in for a fee. It's called a shipping agent. Pandabuy is another one, probably the most well-known. If you look up replica clothing on TikTok, a bunch of Pandabuy videos are gonna come up. There's also Superbuy, and I'm sure others, but these are the main three that I was able to locate. And besides promoting Sugar Goo, Trenton also has a spreadsheet in his link tree. And when you go to it, it's got hundreds and hundreds of links to replica clothing. I think all of them are Sugar Goo links because as you can see at the top here, he has his sign up bonus again. So he's either getting paid or discounts when people sign up for Sugar Goo. Considering his amount of followers, I would imagine they actually are paying him to promote this, which is a little bit iffy. I'm not sure the legality on that because selling replica clothing is definitely illegal. But Trenton is not the only person on Instagram promoting spreadsheets of replica clothing. If we go to search and literally just look up Panda, you can see all these Pandabuy spreadsheet accounts. Or if we look up reps, see this guy Patch Reps does a similar thing to Trenton. He just doesn't show his face, where he shows off his Pandabuy hauls. And then if we go to the bio, he has a Discord, he has a spreadsheet, and he even has a tutorial on how to order replica clothing from Pandabuy. Now, I don't think this guy Patch Reps is profiting from this. I think he's just doing this to promote his invite code on Pandabuy so he can get discounted and free replica clothing. Because not everyone that's involved with replica clothing is doing it to turn a profit. As you can see, r/Fashion Reps has 1.7 million members, and not all of these guys are scammers. A lot of them just want to buy replica clothing because they want to wear it and they don't want to pay resale prices. But there are a lot of guys that purchase reps in order to sell them as authentic and turn a profit. And there's many different avenues people use to sell replica clothing as authentic. Third-party resale apps are a big one. As you can see on Depop, we have Spider hoodies for $58, $45, $40, and I can guarantee these are fake because the retail price on Spider hoodies was $200, and these people just aren't going to sell mint condition Spider hoodies for that big of a loss. They probably purchased these from China for like $15 or $20. On Mercari, it's the same thing. Some people do sell them for realistic resale prices, like this one's up for $210, but there's a lot for cheap, $32, $66. And then they're on Grailed too. I can't say whether these are real or fake hoodies. They're up for what I would imagine real prices would be for resale value of Spider hoodies. But the authentication process on Grail, Depop, Mercari, these apps, it's just not that good. You're not sending it in to be authenticated. So if it's a decent enough fake, people can get away with selling reps on these websites. But at least if you purchase reps on one of these websites and you realize it once you receive the item, you can either return it or reach out to customer service, tell them the item wasn't authentic and get a refund. You can't do this with the next method. People also sell Spider hoodies on Facebook Marketplace, and some are open about the fact that it's a rep, but a lot aren't. As you can see, this Spider hoodie's up for $300. And the reason I'm so confident these are replicas is because it's Facebook Marketplace. It's sketchy as it is, but if you're buying something like a Spider hoodie on here, I guarantee you're getting scammed. If you meet up with someone, you're never seeing them again. And if you send them the money through Zelle or Cash App or something, you're never even getting the item. You can also buy replica Spider hoodies on Amazon, Etsy, and independent websites like Sp5der, and there's like hundreds of other websites where you can buy replica Spider hoodies without getting them from China, even though they all originate in China. Amazon is still kind of hard for me to get over. I don't know how this is legal because selling replica clothing is not. It's actually insane the amount of money that's being generated from Young Thug's idea to create the brand Spider. At least allegedly, according to his RICO trial, Young Thug is not a very good guy.
New charges include possession of a machine gun, multiple charges of possession with intent to distribute, and participating in gang activity in addition to RICO charges.
But despite how you may feel about him, he's entitled to the money being generated by Spider, but he's not seeing a penny of these replica sales, and he's basically just having his intellectual property stolen out from under him while he rots in a jail cell. Now, I don't think brands like Louis Vuitton or Gucci really care about replicas because it's harder to fake high-quality luxury goods like that than it is a Spider hoodie, and it just gets their name recognition up, and they're still able to make huge profits with the high price point of their luxury goods. But a smaller brand like Spider is hurting from this. And I know you're thinking, small brand, I see Spider hoodies everywhere, but probably only like 5% of the Spider hoodies out there are real. So Sp5der Worldwide is not making nearly as much money as you would think. And I'm sure Young Thug could use that money right now to help fight this RICO case. For a real quick recap of how people make money off replicas, we have the Chinese manufacturers, the Chinese shipping agents, we have the fake clothing influencers like Trenton, and then we have all the different ways people sell replicas online, whether as reps or as authentic. And I can't possibly go over all these methods, but I wanted to mention one last way people sell reps. We'll call it the Instagram shop method. I found this Instagram that basically just posts videos of them handling Spider hoodies with black latex gloves on, which is a bit eerie to me. So I messaged this person because they just have these videos up. There's no link in the bio or anything. And actually, after I dropped a follow, they messaged me first. They asked me if I was trying to buy a hoodie. I asked for receipts, which we talked for a while. They never provided receipts. But I did figure out the way that they sell the clothing is that they create an order through Instagram, and then they send you their Cash App. You're supposed to Cash App them, and they'll give you a receipt through the Instagram shop. And they're selling the hoodies for like $80. The only reason they could give me that they were selling them for so little is because it catches a lot of eyes, which it's just because the hoodies are fake, obviously. But I'm sure people fall for this because they wouldn't be doing this consistently if they weren't making money. Now, I know I said I'm done talking about how people sell reps, but this one's a little bit different. This guy, Rich Off AirPods, has his own method, and he's a prop money demon like some of the guys I went over in one of my previous videos. You can watch it here. And he shows off this prop cash in order to promote, you guessed it, his Telegram. So if you click on the link in bio, go to Linktree, his Telegram pops up. It's called Rich Off Reselling. And if you view his Telegram, he's individually selling AirPods and sneakers to the people that join his Telegram. You can get 5 pairs for $100, 10 pairs for $190. He's probably paying $10 a piece for them. And then he also has a Patreon you can join. And in his Patreon, you have to get a membership, and he teaches you how to resell. So I imagine he gives you the links to go buy the products, which another guy on Instagram does, AP Flips Upgrade. And this may be the most interesting method I've seen used to make money off of replicas. If we go to his Linktree, he has supplier links. He's got his own website where he sells you links to go buy these products. And they're not very expensive, but as I've already shown in this video, it's not hard to go buy these products. People are giving out spreadsheets for free all over Instagram. So sorry, AP Flips, I guess I just gave your game out for free. This is also kind of funny. He spells it Baby instead of Bape, Fairpod instead of AirPod. I guess this is his workaround for getting in trouble for this. But in all reality, this is probably the most profitable and least illegal way to make money off selling replicas, because he's not physically selling the reps, and he's also not giving out the spreadsheets for free. So good on you, AP Flips. I'm not gonna hate on you too much, even though I think you look pretty goofy with your prop money and your fake Rolexes. Now, after hearing all of these methods, you may be thinking, Connor, I'm no chump. I could never be scammed. I would just ask for a receipt. Problem is, Photoshop's really good nowadays, and there's also Discords devoted to providing receipts for these replica clothing. This rep game really runs deep, and besides that, you could just purchase one real hoodie, 9 fake ones, and use the same receipt for all 10 hoodies. Unfortunately, and fortunately for some, besides the occasional seizure of counterfeit goods, nothing's really being done about this, and nothing really can be done. It's a $3 trillion a year industry, and with that much money behind this thing, nothing's gonna stop it. It's essentially impossible to verify the authenticity of a Sp5der hoodie unless you buy it from their site directly. The only way I've seen brands effectively counter counterfeits is by using verification tags. Stone Island does a great job of this. They have QR codes on their tags you can scan to verify, and I also saw that Hellstar recently implemented NFC tags. Big shout out to them, because that brand was started in 2020 and it's been blowing up, so there's been lots of reps, and it's cool to see they're doing something about it as such a young brand. But in reality, unless every clothing brand starts doing this, replica clothing manufacturers will always prevail, and who knows, they'll probably crack the code on authenticity tags soon enough and be able to spoof those too. And like I said earlier, I don't know how much big brands even actually care about replicas. If their products are being ripped off, they're likely profitable enough to survive this, so I'm definitely not losing sleep over it. In my opinion, and this is obvious, the real victims here are the people that aren't that knowledgeable about clothing and buy replicas thinking they're authentic, because luxury goods often hold their value and actually appreciate, so people think they're making an investment when in reality, they're being scammed. If you buy a Fugazi Sp5der hoodie for $250, you're really just giving the seller a $220 tip and getting yourself a hoodie that's worth $30. So unless you want to go scam the next person, you're out a decent chunk of money. Anyways, I'd be interested to know what your thoughts on reps are. Do you rock them, or are you the type that could never be fooled by a fake and wear all authentic? Let me know down in the comments. It's been Connor. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Drop a like if you aren't a hater, and stay safe shopping out there. Peace.